Hey guys, welcome to Miss Davis Virtual Classroom of Excellence. This video is for the Trash Tag Challenge CER for Standard. This is your instructional video to help you with this assignment. I'm going to try and not make this a 20-minute video, but you guys are sending me messages, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you're sending me messages to questions that are in your assignment. I need you guys to pause for a hot second and read everything. First things first, please read thoroughly. Read through everything, and if you're still confused, this is what the video is for me to explain everything that you might have missed, to highlight stuff that I know you're going to skip through. So I'm getting to a point where I'm going to tell you it's in here, it's in there, because it's getting overwhelming for me how many people aren't reading what to do. Okay, that's not everybody who messaged me, but a good chunk of y'all. Okay, so first off, you had a pacing guide. Nobody should have turned work in yesterday, bro. Where does it say to turn in work? Friday. If you watch this video, at some point, I'm going to give you a hint, not a code, a hint. And if you hear the hint, it will help you tremendously with this assignment. So watch, follow along, pull up your assignment, pull up the PowerPoint, follow me, because I'm going to give you a hint that's going to make this assignment a little bit easier for you. It's going to you're only going to get this information if you listen to the video. That's all I'm going to say. All right, moving forward. All right, so accommodations, that's your due date. For everybody, I want you to realize up here it says due tomorrow. Okay, and then it closes next Friday. So you have the 5-day late period again. It's going to be late. If you turn in next Friday, it's 20% late. Now, if you turn in to me and over the weekend I grade it, you turn in tomorrow and over the weekend I grade it and you just bombed, you can make it up. I'm going to send it back to you. You're going to see in Power Schools, wait, I turned in, why did I get a 50? Why did I get a 10 out of 20? Don't message me. Go into the assignment and look at the notes I'm leaving for you. I'm going to leave your notes on what to fix. If you start fixing it and you're still confused, that is when you message me. Do not ask me, Ms. Davis, where did I fail? You're missing something. I'm telling you you're failing so you can fix it. It's 20-point assignment. If you fail this, it's going to be a struggle bus for you the rest of the quarter, and I'm giving you the opportunity for makeup. So at the end of the quarter, you're like, Ms. Davis, what can I do to do my grade? Did you do your work? Did you do the makeup work that I gave you? Did you redo stuff when I sent it to you? Because you're on your own. Okay, I'm giving you guys, I'm being flexible, giving you plenty of opportunities to fix your grade. Just get it together. All right, here we go. Now, again, if you make a mistake and you're going to fail it, I'm going to let you redo it. All right, but I only sent it back to you one time. I'm not going to let you redo it 6 times. One time you get to redo it. All right. So if you notice down here, here's where you access everything. Okay, this is a PDF version of the results. So this is a quick little reference for you. Okay, you can download it if you need to. This is everything that I went through in the video yesterday. And here's all your data. Here's your data right here. Here are your data numbers that you need to fill in part of your assignment. Okay, so you can do it this way with the PDF, or I let it so that you guys could use or edit or copy, paste, whatever you need to do ish. I'm going to explain what I mean by copy and paste. The Trash Tag Challenge, this is the PowerPoint. See how it says PPTX? That's PowerPoint. PDF, you can't edit it. PDF, the PowerPoint you can mess around with. All right, but this is where you actually submit your work right here. Okay, so you click this. All right, and you're going to see the entire assignment. All right, here's all your directions. Here's your rubric so you know how not to fail. And here's where you put in your work. Bruh, I do it this way so you don't forget something and fail. So if you don't do it this way and you turn it into me, then you're probably going to fail because you aren't, I gave you step-by-step instructions. What are you doing? Okay. All right. So first things first. You can edit this. You can click right here and choose edit in browser. Let's say you forgot to do that and you like click it and you go over here and you're like, oh, I'm going to put my name on it. And you click, you start typing, edit document. It's going to tell you, it's going to tell you you can edit it. So like, I hate the excuse where I couldn't get into it. Okay. All right. You can definitely get into it. All right. So let's go over this step by step. First things first, required elements. Okay, grammar and clarity, written in the third person. We are in science. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about their. I know there's an I in science, but you never. The only I in science that's allowed is in the word science. You never say I, me, we, us, they, themselves. You refer to yourself as a researcher or scientist. The minute you say I, me, we in the science report, garbage. They're not opinion based. They're based on facts, not opinions. When you say first person anything, you just trash. Okay. All right. First, so there's that. So don't use any I, me, we, us, they statements. Okay. All third person throughout the entire thing. I care about you and I love you, but science doesn't. Okay. People are not credible. I hate to say it, but that's why we don't use those terms, because people are not credible. That's the best way I can put it. All right. Opinions are really not credible. And if you say I or me or us or they, you're putting in an opinion. All right. So you choose one testable question. Your variables are underlined. Now, I'm going to give you a hint. None of these are easier than the others. They are equally the same amount of work. I gave you 3 options because I saw you guys were struggling to write the questions. And 2, I wanted, a lot of you understood different things. So some of you, the first one makes total sense. Some of you, the third one. Some of you, the second. I gave you an option because what makes sense to you? You guys are struggling with the question because the reason why you're struggling with the question is because you didn't have the answer already. You are trying to make the question your answer. And that's not what you're supposed to do. It's supposed to be, here's my question, here's my variables. Okay, and then in your claim is where you make the statements of here's what is happening. Okay, so choose one of your questions. How does recycling affect the amount of waste produced in a household? AKA, how does recycling impact how much trash you toss? Okay, how does recycling affect the amount of waste? Recycling and amount of waste are your variables, but recycling and waste are kind of the same thing. Are kind of the same thing. Okay, so waste, think about it, recycling and trash, I even say this down here, waste can be recycling, trash, or both. So if it says waste, you can focus on trash or just recycling, or both of them, and it's waste, because recycling and trash both leave your house. Recycling is just waste that can be reused, right? So by saying waste, and it makes it an umbrella concept, okay? Because you have to compare recycling here to all the other trash. Okay, you're comparing the amount of trash and recycled items in your data. You're comparing and contrasting. That's what you're doing to answer that question. Number 2, how does location in your household? Where did you find stuff? Where in your house do you accumulate the most waste? Is it your bedroom? Is it your kitchen? That's what you're asking. Okay, so in science, you can't just ask questions like that. Where do you find the most stuff? No, no. You have to use variables. Okay, we're doing a scientific study. Okay, where does the location change? When you go from your kitchen to your bedroom to your bathroom, you are changing locations as a scientist, right? So how does the location in a household affect the amount of waste? How much trash or recycle you find? You have to talk about both because they're both waste. And then the third one, how does the amount of waste change over time? You're comparing future and present waste. So you need to add all the numbers together. You need to put in your chart present, future, recycling, trash. What's the total of all of them together? And you have to break that down. Okay, so like I said, no question is easier than the other. If you are still confused on how to even understand these questions, the question, I don't know why people get so tripped up on it. I think it's because you're trying to answer it. You're trying to answer the question instead of write the question. Okay. I'm going to pause on the data and the graph for a second. I want to go into your claim. Okay. So the claim is your answer to that testable question. Okay. So the effect of independent variable increase or decrease the amount of the other variable. It is not a yes or no answer. It is a cause and effect answer. It's an increase or decrease. You don't say stuff like less or more. No. You don't say most. You have to make a statement, like you are making a fact. The effect of blank increase or decrease the amount of blank. Okay, and that's an example. Yours might not be exactly like that. Some of these are not worded that way. I mean, kind of, yeah. Blank affect the blank. Yeah, I mean, it's easy. Okay, how does the amount of waste... So this one's the one that doesn't have the effect. So think of the change as effect. How does it affect the amount over time? So that's how you're going to answer that. It's your answer. Your data backs it up. So for example, when I did this experiment yesterday, okay, my test poll question yesterday was, how do the students who cannot recycle affect the amount of trash? And my answer was, the amount of students unable to recycle increased the amount of trash. How do I know that? Because you had to add the 22% that couldn't recycle to the amount of trash. Okay, their recycling became trash. It became waste. It became landfill waste, garbage, trash. It sucks, but it is what it is. Okay, so this shows that. Look, I subtracted 2,000 plus things from recycling and put it in the trash. So the trash increased. Okay, if you want to have this as in your chart, or even if you want to, again, you have access to this. You can, if you're struggling, go into here and edit it as you need to and copy and paste it back. It'll copy and paste into Word, but you have to change it. I mean, items, and then if you're doing location, that's going to be a whole thing. None of you are going to have this look exactly like what I did. No. Each one is going to be different. What are your variables? What numbers are you looking at? How do you plug them in? Okay, you have to do that. Now, some of you guys, it might be easier to do a data chart or a graph. I'll tell you what, if you do both, I will be happy to give you some extra pointage. If you do both and it's done correctly, it's an automatic, what is it, a 10 points? If you do both, it's an automatic 10 points. That's my deal. Okay, here's opportunities to fix it. Okay, so see right here, it says graph table. I think the graph is 10 to 13 points. If you do both, it's an automatic 13 points. Even if it's wrong. If it's wrong, but if it's wrong, I'm going to tell you, but it's pretty hard to get a graph wrong. I'll be honest with you. It's pretty hard. As long as you put things in right and it makes sense. I feel like it's pretty hard to mess up a graph. You can mess up the words a lot easier. But that's one of my hints to you. That's hit number 1. Hit number 2 is coming. So if you do both graph and data table, that means it's an automatic 13 points. And if it's wrong, I'm going to tell you, hey, it's not 100%, but you did the extra work. You went the extra mile to make a graph, a pie chart. You took some extra time. I got you. All right. So if you notice down here, testable question, I picked one. Copy and paste which one you chose. Write your claim. The effect of blank on blank. Okay, data table. So you can make your own data table here. Okay, I just gave you an example. Like, here's a title. This might be items. Okay, just like in the other one. I'm just trying to help you because I know some of you guys maybe have never had to make a graph before. And let me tell you, you're going to be doing this stuff all through high school. So this isn't anything crazy new. And then you just input your numbers. So that's what data means. I'm just trying to help you because I don't want students to struggle. What I think I'm going to do right now is maybe it'll be easier if I just... Let me see if I can copy this. Copy. Let me see this, guys. Let me see if I can make this happen for you. You paste it, and you paste it now. Oh, you have to do CV, don't you? You bugger. Yeah, you see me. Control V. No. Oh. Ooh. Fascinating. Now we know. Okay, copy. Let me try one more time. See, I'm trouble. Oh, there. That doesn't look right. Oh, all right, well, that's what it looks like if you copy and paste it. You're going to lose all the pictures or all the colors. But if that helps you, you can copy and paste it and make it your own. Oh, you can't see it because it's... Oh, okay. Okay, everybody... Okay, hold on. Hey, look at that. Wow. Cool, there's my hint. So what you can do is just go in, delete, delete, delete. You might want to keep total, or if you need to, or percentage. Get rid of all this. Yeah, yeah, buddy. Oh man, here we go. Sweet. Okay, or you might want to do recycle. Whoa. Hold on, I can't spell. Recycle, trash, whatever, and then maybe you have location here, or you have present, future. Okay, percentage. I don't know, man. I'm just giving you that. It can look 100 different ways. Okay, it's really hard to make this wrong. Okay, I think, but I've done it 100 times, so who knows? That's how you do that. Okay, go away, you. All right, hold on, pause for a second, guys. Okay, so that's how you do that. And you can delete this and copy, paste, whatever. That's just me trying to help you out with the evidence and data part. So remember, if you watch this video and you heard this, if you do both, automatic 13 points. Okay, that means you're going to mess it up in your evidence and reasoning. I'm sorry, you're not going to mess it up. I'm just making a joke. Okay, your evidence and reasoning, the reason why they're not 10 points too is because they're literally, your claim is one sentence. I'm sorry, you're not going to get 10 points for one sentence, bro. No. Evidence, same thing. It's only 2 or 3 sentences. Your reasoning is up to 12 sentences. Explain yourself. You have to explain what is happening in your experiment. Okay, there's a lot of information. Okay, here's the problem with students that they have. Your evidence is 1 to 2, maybe at max. It's 2 to 3 sentences, right? 2 to 3. That's it. And all you're talking about is the exact data. So for example, let's go back to the one I used yesterday. So if I was going to write evidence for this, okay, I'm going to say that 22% of students on it were unable to recycle. The total amount was this to this. This is my evidence. Did recycling decrease from here to here? Okay. Reasoning would be, okay, so here's my reasoning for that experiment. Okay, it's going to be 12 sentences. Okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to look at your data, and you're going to explain and go over. What you're doing is you're making a conclusion that backs up what you're saying. Students collected blank amount of waste. This amount of waste, 22% of the waste was recyclable. When items are recycled, they can be reused, right? Reusing by recycling, students reduce the amount of waste, okay? Because it is reduced, sorry, I'm like losing my train of thought. By recycling, students reduce the amount of waste because it is able to be reused instead of being in a landfill. I'm thinking, students collected blank amount of waste. 22% of the waste was recycled. Was not, sorry, I messed that up, was not recyclable. When items are recycled, they can be reused. By recycling, students reduce the amount of waste. However, in this experiment, not every student had access to recycling bins. This begs the question, how did it impact How did it, and I'm basically restating the question, which is, okay, I'm basically restating the question, which I'm going to be quick and, no, that's not what I want to do. How did these students impact the amount of total trash collected in the challenge? 22%, like I said. I mean, you can move this even here. That's what I would do. Yeah, I'm correcting as I go. 22% of 20% of students, yeah, were unable to recycle. And that's when, and then you're going to continue by explaining the math part. How many questions, how many sentences do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 6 in and I didn't even get into this part. Okay. Okay. And you're just going to kind of repeat this. I'm going to copy this. Okay, because that's right for my evidence. That were deducted from the overall recycling number. The items were deducted from the overall recycling number and added into the trash collection. Yeah, and then you just keep going from there. Okay, so that's 7. I'm not going to keep going and doing the next 5 because it's, I mean, I think you guys got the hint from here. And then I'm just going to keep kind of regurgitating what I said in my evidence and explain that. Okay, and just reaffirm what I said. Go back to my testable question and just don't forget. If you need to, restate it. You see how I said it right here? In this experiment, it begs the question, how did these students impact the amount of total trash collected? And I'm trying to answer that. Okay? You can even restate your claim if you wanted to. Okay, you can even, that's even could be one of your things. I'm literally doing this whole thing right now. It's crazy. Okay, you can literally input that right here. Okay, but obviously, you're going to get rid of the independent variables that I gave you. Okay, you're copying from yourself. Okay, so how many sentences do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I already have 8 questions. I need, or 8 sentences. I need 4 more. Bro, like, you see how you're just regurgitating what you already said and what you're saying what you know. Okay, I know that when items are recycled, they're reused, but if students can't recycle, then you have to subtract them from recycling and put them in a waste. I mean, so that's how I'm going to keep saying this. Okay, students were subtracted or they were added, and this was moved over here, and this is how it impacted it. So now the numbers changed. The overall total changed from blank, oh, not cronk, from blank to blank. Now, here's a really awesome example. Let's say you bring up numbers and you realize you need to bring up numbers that you didn't mention in your evidence. Bro, go back and add it. Go back and add it. Go back to your evidence and be like, oh, I didn't mention that. I'm going to add it. Okay? So That's how you write your reasoning. It took me all of 8 minutes, I think. But again, I'm the science teacher, and writing isn't everybody's strong suit. And I have a communications degree, which is reading and writing persuasively. So I'm good at writing, and I'm good at science. So this was easy for me. I understand it's not easy for you. But if you're following along, do you see how like I start getting a train? It's a train of information that you just like chug and plug away. All right, and it starts with like kind of explaining the why. Okay, you're kind of doing, here I'm doing the what, then I'm doing the why, then I'm kind of explaining it, and then I'm getting into the experiment. Okay, so I'm doing an introduction. Oh my god, this is like ELA, but like in science. Okay, so you're doing your introduction, okay, and then you're doing your evidence part, and then you're gonna do like a conclusion. You're gonna wrap it up. That's how you get 12 sentences. Fire! And that's why it's worth so much, because you are telling me what you know. And here's where students get super frustrated, is that you focus so much on the question, you don't think about the answer, then you don't look through the data, and then this is a mess. And I feel like the reasoning for you guys right now is probably the easiest part. So if you need to do it backwards, if it makes more sense to you to answer your question and start doing the reasoning, and then go back and add the evidence, I mean, you got to do the graph. You have to do these 3 things first. And if you're confused on the evidence part, go and do your reasoning. The evidence is you just saying, here's what I'm going to use. Here are my quotes. Here are my facts. You're just stating them. Okay, I'm breaking it down for you, just like you would do an outline for a paper. It's the same concept. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. It's a 26-minute video. I hope this helped you. I literally showed you how to do it step by step. But last but not least, here is what I'm going to promise you guys. I'm not going to look at these until Monday morning. So if tomorrow you are struggling and you literally watch this entire video, you can turn it in Sunday night and it's not late. You have the weekend to do it. Think about this. Think about it this way. Remember how I told you if you had an assignment late, but you came in that morning and finished it, I wouldn't count it late. Like, for example, it was due Monday, but you come in Tuesday morning for helps and it's not late. I'm allowing you guys to have the weekend, but it has to be before midnight Sunday. If it is a minute over midnight Sunday, it's late. Okay? If it's Friday night, if it's Saturday morning, if it's Sunday afternoon, it not counted late. I'm giving you the weekend. It's not it'll say it's late, but I won't count it late. Okay, that's my promise to you guys. So if you are struggling, you have the weekend to work on it and rewatch this video and fast forward and rewind and go over things as needed. Because the reason why this video is so long is because unfortunately, I cannot be available on the weekends. Okay, I'm not available after 5 p.m. every day. So you're on your own, and that's why these videos are so long, so that it's as close to me as you can get. It's the closest you can be to be in the classroom, and I'm working with you one-on-one. So if you watch this video and you're like, what? And you need to contact me before 5 o'clock on Friday so that I can help you. Otherwise, it's going to be late because you're going to need my help on Monday. Okay, so you have the weekend to rewatch this video and get some help. All right, if you watch this video. So all these suckers who don't watch my video, bruh, it's gonna be interesting. All right, anyway, have a great weekend, guys. Please don't feel frustrated. Take it step by step. What's my testable question? What's my answer? What's my data? What data do I want to use to back up what I said? And let me explain it step by step. Cool. All right, great. Also, Pasta Meatballs, message me if you have any questions. If you message me after 5 p.m. on Friday over the weekend, I don't answer until Monday morning. Okay, bye.